welcome to ONIF TV. My name is Lunge Praise and happy Democracy Day, Nigeria. So basically it's been like 20 years, since the Fourth Republic started. A republic is basically, when there's a handover from military to civilian rule, and we're celebrating about 20 years since that happened. Democracy is basically, the normal definition that we all know. Government of the people, for the people, and by the people. Now, the big question, in everyone's mind is that have we actually, achieved what democracy is supposed to be about? Because if you probably go online today, you'd see, a lot of comments. You'll see people that have actually said that Nigeria has been practicing imperialism and not democracy for the past, some years. And there's been a bit of where we should be as a nation and where we are currently. So we can say that basically a whole lot of Nigerians are not happy with where we've gotten to, as a nation. And so would like to take opinions, comment from everybody. What do you think? 20 years of democracy or not? What's your opinion on what Nigeria is marking today? Also bear in mind that the government now is making June 12, the official democracy day. That's probably after the inauguration. That's probably after today, because they're marking it big on the 12th of June. That's, the MKO Abiola thing that happened then. So basically, that's what today is about for people that don't even know what the democracy day is about. It's the day that we, it's a day to celebrate the fact that we have a system of government for the people, for the people, of the people, for the people, and by the people. So what do you think? So far, has Nigeria actually been having that system, of government? Buhari has also come out to say that the problem, the poverty level of Nigeria presently, he's going to blame it on years, decades of mismanagement of funds and everything. That's blaming the PDP has been holding power for the longest time before Buhari broke that he broke off that continuity that the PDP was going to have. And he's blaming them basically for the issues that are in Nigeria today. So what's your opinion on that? Do you think that at this point, he's been president for 4 years, and today would mark the beginning of another 4 years? So what we want to know is, do you think that at this point he should still be saying, oh, the problem Nigeria has is because the previous administration didn't do well, it's because there's been decades of mismanagement and all of that? Do you still think, as much as yes, would like to agree that that when the foundation or probably the root problem has to be fixed and all of that, and it has spelled a lot of trouble, for the new administration that has come in, and the fact that there's been 4 years, and after another 4 years, you're still saying that these guys are still the reason, why things are like this. Do you think that do we deserve another kind of explanation, at this point, something that doesn't have to do with, oh, PDP did this and PDP did that, Okay, so we'll take comments, today. Let's see what everybody thinks about Nigeria democracy. Are we celebrating, or should we actually, work on restructuring the country? What exactly do you think is the way forward? But, what are we celebrating, and how do we not next year, still be on this spot and still be complaining about the same old things? Something has to be done. Every year that probably an anniversary is marked, it should actually be something that we should say that, oh, so this year we're different from last year because we did this and we did that. And if we've been having the same complaint, every time, should that still continue next year? And since we probably don't want it to continue, what's your opinion? What do you think should be done in Nigeria? And also answer the big question: has Nigeria been practicing democracy, in your own opinion, for the number of years that we've been, that the Fourth Republic has been granted? Okay, moving on to the news. the president, asset declaration that has to happen before swearing in. In declaring his assets, the president actually, stated that he has no new house, no new bank account, home and abroad, and no new shares acquired. Recall that when the president was going to be sworn in 2015, he declared about 4 houses in his home state and in Abuja. He also said that the houses that he has in his home state are actually mud houses. He also said that he had 30 million naira in his account, home and abroad, and a couple number of shares that he had, and about 270 cows, 5 horses, farmlands, and that's basically what he declared the last time. And he's saying that those things remain unchanged, that he hasn't gotten anything new since he became president. Well, I guess that's something we should commend him for. Well, that depends on the opinion of anybody that is listening, to the asset declaration and all of that. So basically, all the handing over happens, the official, hands over, the swearing in and handing over happens today. Democracy Day, that's one of the things that we celebrate on Democracy Day. Handing over from Democracy Day often begins another 4 years, in the Nigerian calendar. Although the proper celebrations as set by the president would happen on the 12th of June, as he has picked that day for another democracy. Also Ambode, that's the outgoing governor of Lagos State, and I'm also outgoing governor of Ogun State, handed over basically their offices and everything yesterday. Although the official handing over, will be today, but documents, files, and probably everything that needs to be signed off, they did that yesterday. And from today, we have new government institutions, and basically things start to happen by a different person from today. So would really hope that definitely things change, and then by next democracy would be having good stuff to talk about, Nigeria, that there's been improvement in this sector and various sectors. We really do hope that, something actually happens from there. And we also hope that, the president, in his declaration of assets, saying that he has acquired nothing new, we actually hope that, stays the same, because you could probably hear eventually that maybe somebody said and that there's this house that the president didn't declare, stuff like that happens. I mean, that's what EFCC accused Bukola Saraki of, that he didn't declare all of his assets. That, could spell big trouble for whoever is holding that political public office. So we actually hope that things stay like that. And now recall that yesterday there was we talked about some of the things that the president said in his interview with NTA, where he talked about Dogara and Bukola Saraki, he said they were unpatriotic basically, and also he that's where he also blamed the police and community leaders for the problem of insecurity that happened. Now PDP has responded to that interview, and they've come out to say that everything that he said is proof that this guy is he's playing the blame game and stuff like that. And they've just come to use that interview against him. A former publicity secretary of the APC, he also came out to say that Buhari shouldn't have accused Dogara and Saraki like that, that he should accept responsibility for what is his responsibility. Probably didn't take kindly at all to Buhari's his diss on the Senate president and his Dogara in the House of Representatives. Also moving on, okay, that's basically that on what has happened between yesterday and now on in politics, and we'll definitely update you as it goes. Today's Democracy Day, swearing in will happen everywhere, and tomorrow you definitely get the updates, or you can also visit our website where we have the full stories there. Okay, moving on, in Osun State College of Education, Ilesha, the students actually protested the death of, they said about 4 students died, during 1 week or in a week, they lost about 45 students, and they protested, in the school. But the thing there is that it wasn't stated whether the students that died, died in the school premises, as they just basically were protesting in the school and asking for, that the school management does something about it. Anyway, the school management shut down the school, and school management also said that the students just used that, like some of the students, came together and used that as an opportunity to disrupt normal academic process in the school, as the school management insisted that they lost only 2 students during the week. So they're saying that the students fabricated lies and all of that. Meanwhile, it also has, the students gave a list of names of people that died during the weekend. But the school management is saying nothing like that happened, that they only know of 2. So that happened in Osun State College of Education, Ilesha. Cross River State Governor Ben Ayade, he's also the one that will be sworn in. He's going to appoint, he's going to open a new offices, for commissioners. Like basically, we don't have states that have commissioner of defense and commissioner of foreign affairs. So he's going to, create those 2 new offices, as the state, has probably a high influx of a relationship, with international bodies a lot, because of what they represent and all of that. So he's going to appoint, he's saying that he'll appoint a commissioner of defense and commissioner of foreign affairs after his swearing in, that in creating his next cabinet and that. Now finally, that's on to entertainment news now. P Square, that's the Peter and Paul Okoye, who have been Nigerian sweetheart for a while, and they split up. And it's not a story. It's no longer news, that P Square have gone their separate ways, where we have one breakout as Rude Boy and the other as Mr. P. So apparently Mr. P is having his tour, an African tour, and Rude Boy has this event, in London, and the show promoters for Rude Boy's event in London actually used a picture of P Square together. That's a picture of Mr. P and Rude Boy together to promote the show, and Mr. P is not having it. He has come out to say that that they did not he said, and I quote in his post, that so it has gotten to the point where they actually need him to sell their shows, and he said that copyright infringement anyway, that they'll be hearing from his lawyers, so he's not taking the case lightly at all, that he's going to. And then he also said that he said it's actually not about show off or anything, it's the fact that his fans in the African state that he was performing were worried. Even his show promoters were wondering if he was double booked for that day. And it was also said that nobody contacted him to get his permission to actually use his picture to promote another show. So that's why Mr. P is insisting on taking these guys to court and actually filing a suit probably against them. We'll see how that comes up, how that turns out eventually. And basically that's all for now on ONIF TV. My name is Lunge Priest. Thank you for watching.